As an exploration and data brokering main, I haven't been able to enjoy Star Citizen to my heart's content yet. But when CIG started to develop scanning in the game, I was hopeful. But it's been a couple of years now, and the interface is still pretty bad. The functionality remains underdeveloped, and the overall gameplay experience is quite shallow. But there are a few small reasons why I believe we may be seeing the beginnings of exploration and deep space scanning sooner than we all may have thought. Join me, Space Tomato, for a speculation-fueled explanation as to what exploration gameplay is and why we could see it as early as 2021. And let's all get our hopes up, as we know we most certainly should not. Thank you for coming to my Tomato Talk. So exploration as a game mechanic is about seeing the sights and finding all the things, right? Well, not exactly. That sounds more like touring. See, every occupation, no matter what it might be, say construction, farming, dancing, photography, or YouTube, every occupation needs a method of monetization, otherwise it's just a hobby. Explorers need to make a living. They need to sell what they find, and Star Citizen will have a method of doing that. Whether you want to mine, refine, salvage, attack, or construct, you need to know where to do it. As an explorer, you need to understand you won't be finding the next star system, you won't be discovering a new species, and you won't be coming across that new rare element. It might happen to a few of us, but your main job is going to be finding the resources that allow other occupations to prosper. Recording data, packaging and storing that data, and sometimes sharing it if you have the right equipment. But where are we now when it comes to exploration? Well, as we've seen in both 3.5 and 3.3 before it, scanning has seen some work, with small improvements in the last few updates. At this point, however, we are limited to a pretty poor implementation of the interface, VFX, and functionality of scanning. We can only ping for basic objects such as minables and other ships in fairly unapplied methods. We can also actively scan ships to get partial dossiers and details regarding the ships, but this is fairly useless right now. But as I've said, I've seen a hint or two that might mean proper exploration is coming fairly soon. See, in May, we had just a single snippet that read out, "Looking ahead, improvements to ship radar began." Looking back to the initial release of ship radar and ping, the features were introduced with the final goal of being able to do exactly what I mentioned earlier. Ping for a target, scan for some info, package the data. This is the goal. And as we know, this is a feature that is required for Squadron 42 due to the vertical slice and various statements made throughout the years. Being in the coil will require that we are able to use our radar and scanners effectively and follow player and NPC created waypoints. Now, going back to monthly reports, we got a slightly longer snippet of info regarding this in June. On the UI design side, work continued on a new mobiGlas app, and the future of the star map and radar were iterated on. So this is proper confirmation that the star map, oh thank God, the star map is already in the process of a rework. We've seen the concepts, we know it needs to reflect the ARC map. I'm expecting something good from this rework, but I'm also expecting that this rework will include the ability to place waypoints and save locations. This has implications regarding quantum travel as well. As we know, waypoint-based quantum travel or something similar is planned as a feature and will also need to work in Squadron 42, unless they try to fake it. Keep in mind, we also know for certain that the building block system that has allowed so many UI changes over the last 12 months has, for months now, been working towards 3D UI element application as well. Think about the possible uses for that, and you might realize radar and the star map are kinda near the top of that list. Finally, in July, just a couple of weeks ago, we received this. Finally, Vehicles worked with the actor feature team on improving the radar and scanning experience for vehicles and on foot, including experimenting with how capital ships could interfere or hide among smaller ships. Now, going by the snippet consortium, this has got to be like 4 or 5 snips of information. There's a lot to unpack here, but I'll summarize. Radar, and thus the star map, are clearly seeing plenty of work done in the background. Something that we really have only heard about from these little portions of the monthly report. Rest assured though, they seem to have something in the works. They just don't want to show it yet. But scanning in vehicles and on foot being improved, we haven't heard this before. Scanning on foot will already be a very big deal, but improved scanning in ships at this point would need to be fairly functional. I believe this is the beginning of waypoint saving and data transfer, and it's happening right here on the monthly reports. We've seen the test case with the target transfers between pilots and gunners in 3.10. This will be the expanded application, not to mention the ability for larger ships to hide amongst smaller ships. That's absolutely going to call for much deeper functionality in scanning gameplay. This is my belief. It is not law, it is not confirmed, and it is not probable. But I believe proper waypoint marking and exploration gameplay at a very basic level will be implemented into the PU within the next year. Hey Google, remind me, was Space Tomato on the money? If I am, I'll be a very happy citizen. I hope you got some information out of this video, and if not, at least some entertainment. What you can also get though is a free Tumbril Cyclone. That's right, I'm giving away a Cyclone at the end of this month to one lucky viewer. In the video description is a link for you to participate in this giveaway. Also in the description is a link not only to my gaming community on Discord, a community, mind you, where we practice virtual photography, play together, discuss just about everything, and share tips and tricks about any game, especially Star Citizen, but also my Twitch, where I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with a special live filmed YouTube show on Friday. And finally, consider subscribing to this channel for more Star Citizen news, cinematics, lore videos, and speculation that you won't find anywhere else. Also, how about that voice? Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. And as always, may your garden be full of tomatoes.